Wonder Woman, our favorite Amazonian princess, is about to return to the big screen in the Justice League. So let's take a quick look back at Wonder Woman. What made this movie good? The crazy obstacles they had to overcome, why she is such a great Christ-like figure, and how it's the best feminist movie because it is not a feminist movie and didn't listen to any of the political correct nonsense leading up to it. I'm Ben Davies, this is The Real Rebel Review. Wonder Woman was released worldwide June 2nd, 2017, directed by Patty Jenkins, who is about to get paid. Apparently she has just completed her negotiations for Wonder Woman 2 and will be the highest paid female director ever. Good for her, she did a great job in this movie. But I will say I'm a little bit worried because every time this happens in the second movie where all the actors and directors do a good job, everyone's pays go up, production has to be lowered to offset costs, and writing and story kind of fails. Hopefully that doesn't happen in the second movie, but I digress. Now the movie was led by Gal Gadot, who played Wonder Woman, and was written by Alan Heinberg. It grossed over $820 million worldwide and exceeded everyone's expectations. So first, let's take a look at some of the crazy obstacles that Patty Jenkins, Gal, and Heinberg had to go through to get this movie to happen. First off, the script. Originally, Joss Whedon had taken a few passes at the script. It's something that had been passed around Hollywood for a long time. Fortunately, those movies never made it to the big screen because allegedly, I haven't read the script, but Joss Whedon's scripts and other scripts were all garbage, and this one was actually very, very good. Another obstacle was casting actresses as Wonder Woman, the most iconic female superhero in history. There's so much pressure on that. And originally, there were names like Lindsay Lohan and Misha Barton thrown around to play Wonder Woman. Thank goodness that never happened. Another obstacle this movie had to overcome was a limited amount of theaters worldwide because some countries were banning it, including Qatar, Lebanon, and Tunisia. They banned the movie from being shown because at first they said the movie was unrealistic. But other reports show that they were being banned in these specific countries because Gal Gadot is an Israeli woman who served in the Israeli Special Forces, and they're not a big fan of Israel. Fortunately, this movie didn't need you anyway, because it still crushed the box office and is one of the top-rated movies ever. Now, I think the biggest obstacle to overcome were feminists in general that were really wanting this movie to be their version of what feminism is. A lot of people wrote that this was fat-shaming that someone like Gal, who is a runway model and in great shape, was playing Wonder Woman, as well as other people complaining that she didn't have armpit hair and how this is anti-feminism because she would normally have armpit hair or whatever. Also the fact they're marketing protein bars, it was just crazy, all the stuff that people were saying about the movie and complaining about it. Fortunately, Patty Jenkins, Heinberg, and Gal ignored all this and made a great movie. Can you imagine what Wonder Woman would have been like if they had listened to all this input? I mean, that would have been crazy. But because of the great pressure in the movie, because they knew they had to pull this off right, I think they made the best version of her. They ignored what everyone thought Wonder Woman should be, and they decided to make her who she is. She is a powerful, loving, and compassionate person in the movie, which is why we like her and why she's such a great Christ-like character. My viewer score for this movie was a 5 out of 5. One of the reasons it was so great was because this movie had it all. It had something for everyone. It had the romance if you wanted that. It had some of the comedy. It had the action, the adventure, the spectacle. Also, the characters change and grow through every scene. You get to watch them be dynamic and not static. They don't stay the same. They learn new things about each other and relationships change, and it's great to watch. Unlike movies like Thor Ragnarok, where it was just one note all the way through, where it's like set up joke, set up joke, set up joke. This movie changed, was dynamic throughout it. Now the best part for the viewers is going to be Gal Gadot's version of Wonder Woman Diana, Princess of the Amazon. And I'll say this is the best cast superhero lead since Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man, which, funny enough, was almost Tom Cruise. They almost went with Tom Cruise in the movie, but they went with Robert Downey Jr. Thank goodness they did. Gal did such a great job of literally walking the tightrope of being this loving, caring, compassionate, yet strong, courageous, unwielding person, and she navigated it flawlessly just like she did the runways when she was an international supermodel. But let me go a little bit further. It is not always the best actor, which obviously she was a great actress in the movie. It's not always the best actor that is best for the role. Not always do you embody the character. For example, Tom Hiddleston is a fantastic actor who brings Loki to life every time he's on screen, and Thor was originally tested for the role of Thor himself. But even though they knew he was a great actor, he just wasn't quite the character. He didn't embody, didn't have the physicality, didn't quite look like him. Gal is a terrific actress, and she completely embodies the strength and care that needs to be done in Wonder Woman. She herself served in the Israeli military, and you can believe every time she comes on the screen that yes, she could be this Amazonian warrior princess that we love. I also gotta brag on her too, because she performed some of the scenes in the movie when she was 5 months pregnant and had a green screen over her stomach. Absolutely crazy. She did a fantastic job in the movie. Another great surprise in this movie was an element that I thought they would completely ignore, because I thought they'd want to make it a feminist movie where no woman needs anything to do with a man to do what she needs to do and doesn't care for him at all. But in this movie, the romance is fantastic. Chris Pine in this movie really brings Steve Trevor to life, and his chemistry on camera with Diana is absolutely palpable. You love watching them in every single scene. But what is so great about the relationship is it's not just two good-looking actors and actresses you know are going to get together in the movie. It's because it is earned and it's based on mutual respect for each other. A great example of this is Steve Trevor in the boat with Diana, where he refuses to lie down because he's known as an honorable man. This has got to be saved for marriage and you're worth more than this, and then shows great respect and admiration for her. She appreciates that, and this is a common theme throughout the other scenes leading up to it. He protects her from other men that are being too flirtatious. He tries to protect her from the world around her that she's not used to, as well as him laying his life on the line for her. Even though he is the mortal in these situations, even though she is a goddess, she sees so much admiration, respect, and honor for the man that he is, because he's willing to put his life on the line to protect her constantly. And this earned mutual love and respect is done brilliantly by these two actors on screen, and it's awesome to watch. It's a great romance. Now for my critic review, I'm gonna give this movie a 5 out of 5 because of the characters and the writing done in it. And why this is the best feminist movie, because she is not a feminist. There's two things about Wonder Woman's character that is so great. How she is loving and compassionate, and her strength. Now, her loving and compassionate character is shown brilliantly in the London scenes, where you get to see her gawk over children and really care for these people, as well as just her personality, where she loves ice cream and joking around the shops, getting dressed. It's like those kind of things that make her relatable and fun, doesn't take herself too seriously, and she is not too big to be compassionate, caring, nurturing, and maternal to the people around her. That is a huge source of her strength that helps her bring down Ares in the end anyway. Also, her strength, her power, and the way that she wields it. The best way Patty Jenkins and Heinberg did this was they made her powerful and admirable without putting the people down around her to do so. And the fact that they did not put down these awesome characters around her to make her look good, but rather made them great characters that are strong and interesting, and the fact that she could still separate herself made her that much more awesome and that much more wonderful to watch. One of the best scenes of this is in the trenches, the no man's zone. And this scene could have gone a completely different direction. In this scene, Diana knows she's got to go save this village across no man's land in World War I. They're like, no, we can't do this. You don't understand. We cannot cross this. This is no man's land. No man can cross this field. And I was just sitting there being like, please don't do it, because I thought at this moment she'd be like, well, I am no man. And she goes out and they're like, oh, I guess we can go now. But no, she doesn't do this. She turns and focuses on the obstacle at hand, and all the men are inspired and follow her for that. Not because she put them down, but because they see her putting her life on the line and showing her strength in spite of that. She takes down the villains on the other side, and they end up saving this entire village. It's a beautiful moment that Patty Jenkins included in the movie, where you get to see her walk out of the trenches in full glory of Wonder Woman. It's awesome. Great scene in the movie. I don't want to go into everything, but there's some really interesting elements of this movie when you rewatch it. Themes of good and evil, black and white realities, how there's shades of gray in the midst of it. Also the plague of living in a fallen world, because at the end of the day, choice is such a huge aspect of the human condition, where you can choose to do great evil and great good. Which kind of leads me into my faith rating. I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 5. Wonder Woman's backstory is pretty biblical in a sense. Diana is the daughter of Zeus, brought to Earth to be the savior of mankind. She sacrifices herself for the men who do not deserve her, and her greatest weapon is love at the end of the movie. However, I think one of the most interesting aspects of the movie is not the Christ-like symbolism of Diana, but rather the way Heinberg and Patty Jenkins portrayed human beings in the movie. These people that were created in Zeus's image, who he loved dearly, are not controlled by evil. They are influenced by the infection of Ares on the world, who is influencing them to do evil things. Ares is jealous of the way that Zeus saw these creatures and wants them to destroy themselves and turn away from him. Every single human has the capacity to do great good and also has the choice to do great evil. And it is up to them, and Ares goes around secretly influencing them while hiding in the shadows. I think it is also very interesting that Ares is disguised as a British Parliament leader of peace. He's the one that is pushing this armistice to lay down their arms, but secretly going on the war, the Germans are all about to lose. The war is about to be over if they continue to snuff out evil, if they continue to defeat evil and stop evil where it lays, it's going to be fine. However, under the guise of peace and equality and hope, he's like, no, let's just all lay down our arms and these people will all be fine, knowing that this war will always continue, it's always going to happen, and they're still going to destroy each other. All in all, this movie was fantastic, and if you have not seen this movie, I really encourage you guys to do so. It's much deeper than even the beautiful spectacle that is on screen. I think you guys will really, really, really enjoy it. And I hope they continue the same themes of Wonder Woman in the Justice League and other DC movies to come. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm Ben Davies with The Real Rebel Review. Alright, if you like this video and others like it, please consider becoming a premium member to The Rebel. That way you'll have first access to Pure Hollywood and the entire Rebel lineup.